Hi everybody, this is my second attempt to tell you about my money programs webinars that are coming up, and thank you to those people who told me I didn't leave enough gap between the tapping for you to be able to join in properly. So I'm going to try and do it better today. So really this is about telling you about the new money webinar programs that I'm going to do in January, and the reason I chose to do these about money is because it seems to me that money as such gets in our way. So, we talk about abundance in all sorts of areas, and actually the thing that brings up the most problem for people is actual money itself. It's actually the physical thing, that the feeling notes in your hand, feeling the coins, seeing them, not seeing them, seeing the bank account with money in it or not in it. So all those things we hang on to, those things create all sorts of stresses in us. And although we, on one level we know that money is not the issue and money is not the main thing that's a problem in our life, in actual fact it's a fantastic metaphor for all the beliefs that we create that limit us. So I thought a money program would be great because it just gives us a chance to really dig in there and clear all that stuff that keeps us small, keeps us stuck. So there's going to be 3 webinars. The first one's going to be about the ancestral patterns around money that we pick up. So it's going to be all those things that were told to us by our family, all the traumas around money or lack of money that have come down genetically from our family. So all the times where there was starvation, where people were thrown out onto the street, where they weren't supported, where they just didn't know whether they'd survive, all of those we're going to be looking at and clearing. And you don't have to know what your family story is, and if you do know what it is, then we can tap on it, because I will send out some questions before we start so that I can get some feedback from you, because this will be a really personal set of webinars where you work on your own issues, and of course you can learn what to do for your clients at the same time. And the second webinar will be about your own stuff, so the beliefs that you've created yourself about money and your worth and what you're allowed to have, what you're not allowed to have. So all the beliefs you've added onto the family stuff, the things you've created yourself, the traumas that you've had around money that have kept you stuck. And then the third one is going to be, okay, so what do you want in your life? How do you want it to be? If you have the life that you want and all the money that you need to do the things that you'd really like to do, how does that feel? How uncomfortable is that? What are those parts saying that don't want you to have it? Why are they worried? So we can clear that stuff out of the way. So it's sort of opening things out from that really stuck space that we tend to be in. It's opening ourselves out to possibilities, opening yourself to receiving and to accepting. And, certainly that's something we're not always as good at doing as we could be. Many people are really good at giving, just not quite so good at accepting. And as we all know logically, it's a cycle. You have to receive in order for somebody to be able to experience giving. If we're all giving, who does the receiving? And when do we get the chance to try that out? So that's going to be my 3 new webinars, which I'm really excited at doing. And I know I'll get a lot out of those myself. I always do. It's great to get the insights. Somebody comes up with something, you think, I didn't realise I was doing that. Great. Tap on it. So I thought before that comes up, before I do the webinars, it would be great just to do a little bit of a general tap along with you so that you get a chance to start loosening stuff around money and maybe noticing what goes on for you around money. And whether you choose to join me on the webinars or not, it's always good to do a bit of clearing. So as most of you know that work with me, I tap for the majority of the time on the karate point, side of the hand, and do it gently, don't batter it. And you can swap hands if you need to, and drink water if you need to, certainly by the end of it. So let's do some tapping, and I'll see if I can remember to leave the gap between so that you can actually repeat what I say, and I guess that will help people to feel more connected to what they're doing. So even though I have stuff about money, and some of that stuff comes down through the family line, my family had troubles around money for many generations. And their coping strategies and their beliefs came down to me. And I've taken them and made them my own. And although that was really clever of me, it's possible that those strategies don't fit who I am now. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all of those ancestors who contributed to my money stuff. Even though in this life I've had my own money experiences and my own money traumas. And I've created a whole new lot of beliefs about money, adding to all the stuff I got from my ancestors. And I've been living my beliefs as though they're real. And to me they are. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all those people who helped me to create my beliefs around money. And even though when I think about actually having money, actually having it in the bank, having it in my pocket, having it in my purse or my wallet, having it to spend, having it to save, I have so many uncomfortable feelings. I deeply and completely accept myself and the parts of me that are letting me know that they're not happy. And even though they have a really good reason for doing that, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and everyone who's been involved in creating those feelings. And even though